Ladies and gentlemen,
you are listening to Provo Podcast, the weekly internet radio show of Provo, Utah.
This is Jim reporting. We are doing number 5. Number 5. Here we go.
Number 5.
Hey! We're August. It's Provo. We're so August. It's Provo. 5.
Yeah, in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call, Jim? Provo Podcast. Okay, yeah. And don't feel good. Who are you gonna call? I don't know who to call. Wait. Provo Podcast. All right, dude, hit it. Oh, that sounds good, Jim. Man, those synths sound real good.
This is so 2000 to 80s.
No, podcast.
Oh.
Podcast. Don't be afraid of the podcast, Provo.
Don't ever be afraid of the podcast.
Because this is number 5. The last 7 podcasts that we're trying in Provo made it to 3.
Right.
We're at 5. That's like, what? Almost 80% better than them.
Well, that actually beats the record of the, if I'm not mistaken, the 1984 gold medalists.
Yeah.
That beats their record by at least one
3
podcast.
strokes. At least 3 strokes.
Right. So we're kind of excited. This is number 5.
Hold on, Jim. Let's first of all talk about how our first ever dance party / show went.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, are you listening to this right now? Last Friday, we were so lucky to have some incredible performances by Eden Express, Mathematics, etc., and a culminating 3-song opus by brother Oke Akumi, who came out and wowed us. It was wonderful. Right then, the cops kindly nodded to some of the people, some of our interns who were working there at that party, and nodded to them and told them we had to quit. So the interns politely nodded back and told them okay, and that was it. It was memorable, to say the least.
It was memorable, and one of my favorite things that happened that evening was when we were playing music and we were dancing. Yeah,
I like that part. The other part when the people were coming and it started getting dark. That was my favorite part.
The only complaint though that I heard was the $7 cost for the water bottles in the south tents. I don't know,
right?
Because I bought my water in the east tent and it was only $7.
Right. I'm not sure if you know what Jim's talking about. There was behind the second stage. There was the East tent, and we were just having some. I mean, the way that the way that corporate talked to us and they said that if we're going to be throwing these kind of parties, we need to make some kind of a money. So yeah, we charged $7 for a bottle of water. We figured, we bottled it ourselves at Provo Timpanogos Springs, and so we needed to make a little cash. So.
And I think Provo would be interested to hear that over 75 voters were registered. Under the Green Party because of Provo Podcast, which is a very liberal podcast.
Yeah, we're liberal. We conserve a lot.
We believe that the environment exists.
So we do want to let you know we'll play some of those pictures, maybe a few videos, maybe we'll do some entertainment devices online that you can go and check out, and feel free to download and look and glance and wonder and awe. Don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if within the next few weeks you're listening to podcast number 13 or 14 and you hear an announcement for a second Provo podcast party. We have visions. Or seagulls and whatnot, and we do plan on doing another party sometime in the future. So keep your ears and your internet posted, and we'll let you know next time we do one of those guys in the future.
Okay, and now to start off our 5th podcast, musically, we've got a song by the brilliant Stereo Mob. Check it out.
Stereo Mob. That song was called Vote for Vasha. Very excited about those guys. We actually had the chance of meeting Tim on various occasions. The last one being, what was it, Jim?
We saw him at the Brian Jonestown Massacre show, and also he came to the podcast party.
He was there at the podcast party.
It was in the crowd of over 100,000 that were there.
Yeah, we picked him out. That was amazing. So Tim, hello again, and we love that track. So, okay, you can go check them out. They're signed on a label called Lo-Fi Records, and you can go check them out, www.loaf-i.com/BSM. That last song by Brilliant Stereo Mob was amazing. I just need to let you know that it reminded me, I don't know, I'm not sure, Jeremiah, if you felt the same thing.
Absolutely.
But if it reminded you of R. Kelly's recent release.
Oh yeah, R. Kelly. I love R. Kelly, and it reminded me of that.
What else? I mean, I just thought that Brilliant Stereo Mob and R. Kelly's recent release of In the Closet.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Interestingly enough, Provo Podcast is actually going to air Chapter 6.
That's right.
Totally.
Countywide.
We're actually doing it in conjunction with podcast number 6 next week, if I'm not mistaken. So tune in next week. We'll have R. Kelly's In the Closet, the 6th episode of his incredible piece.
Yeah.
So
here's a little teaser though.
Yeah, we were actually going to actually.
We've got another tune. We're just going to go through the music, are we not?
We are. This next song is from a great band out of Bountiful, Utah called Q Stands for Q.
Let's do it. Q stands for Q.
Just don't talk. This is only a dream. No one here is listening. Smiling over you. Smiling, eating, breathing. Smiling, eating, breathing. Smiling, eating, breathing. Smiling, eating, breathing. It's like that. Don't stop. Revived heart attack. Or smiling, eating, breathing. Smiling, eating, breathing. Smiling, eating, breathing. Smiling, eating, breathing. 'Cause it's one time down the road, perfect harmony, self-control. Everything's virtually free, moving molecules, shuffling feet. You don't know, wheels are moving fast, just don't wait, don't go hungry. Further, one last meal, one last meal to ease the pain. Give me strength, dear Lord, tomorrow, forever, and today. Time down the road, perfect harmony, self-control. Virtually free, moving molecules, shuffling feet. One time down the road, perfect harmony, self-control.
Hi, this is Tina from Tooele, and I just wanted to say that I thought the podcast tonight was so great. Thanks.
All right. Okay, go ahead. I am rolling.
That was Smiling, Eating, and Breathing.
Breathing.
By Q stands for Q. If you guys want to go check them out, you can definitely do that on MySpace. Q stands for Q. Or you can go to www.edenswatchtowerrecords.com and check them out there. That's their record label.
Disclosure.
Disclosure. What is that disclosure?
Disclosure statement.
Oh, it's a disclosure statement.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
Thanks, Jeremiah, for that. What? I have... what? What's happening in this department here? This is fun. I like that. Well, I don't know if you're trying to like just rub my knee.
Jim needs you. Jim needs you.
He only has one M.
Well, hold on, guys.
This is how a microphone in my eye sounds.
This is how a microphone in my ear sounds. Well,
Guys,
we gotta pack this stuff up because we gotta head up to the Brinton Jones loft in Salt Lake City where we're doing an in studio.
We better hurry.
Actually, we're gonna call that an on-site.
On location.
We better hurry.
In your face and in your ear. We're going to be doing the last half of this Provo podcast up in Salt Lake City in the flat of Mr. Brinton Jones of Palomino.
Spectacular.
You guys better pay for gas money because I hate it when you don't.
Okay.
Spectacular.
Hold your breath because we got to pause. Ready?
Awesome.
One. We're going to pause. 1, 2, 3. All right, so today for our podcast, we're very lucky. We happen to have a guest, which many of you have heard of. This is Brinton Jones from Palomino. Why don't you say hello, Brinton?
Hello.
Hi, Brenton.
How are you, Jim?
So, Brinton, why don't you play us a little tune?
What's this first song
Sounds
called?
good. This first song is called Your Love Equals Math.
Like it, love equals math?
Hit it.
All right, thanks. Looked just like a bride in the wrong color dress. You shouldn't wear the white. You never passed the test. When you lost control of all the hearts you stole, you cried behind the door. Well, baby, should have been more bold. Love can be bought and sold. Fidelity is just a metaphor. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance to break your heart. Just like a bride in the wrong color dress. Confessions burning in your chest, and the room's a nervous wreck. A faded autograph, a shadow of your past. You're a burnt-out movie star any polygraph. 'Cause your love is just like math, all logic, no heart. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance to break your heart, to break your heart, to break your heart, to break your heart.
I love that song. The first time I heard that song was at a Colby Stead show.
Yeah.
At a credit union, of all places. Every business a venue there in Provo.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about yourself first, and then we want to hear about Palomino. What the story behind that? I'm talking time wise.
Yeah.
What kind of things you guys have accomplished and whatnot.
Well, we'll save the accomplishments. There's such a long list. We'll save it for another time. No, Palomino, well, first of all, people are on the web, so palominocentral.com is that's our space, or the MySpace thing is MySpace, Palomino Rock is where we are. Some techno kid is already Palomino in Bakersfield, so we've got way more friends than he does on MySpace. But there's four of us, sort of, 2 temporary right now, 2 main, so we're sort of in that phase of feeling everything out, and that's about it. Just got back from Alaska last week.
Yeah, I wanted you to mention that.
That was great. We were up there for a month. Well, not a month. We're up there for a few days rehearsing, and then we were touring for 20 days, did 20 shows in about 20 days, and then came home, and we had to Reno, Northern California this weekend, and then we're done.
Well, let's have you play another tune real quick.
Cool.
Do you want to play a cover or one of your own tunes?
Just whatever,
All right.
Here comes, yeah. Oh,
okay, cool. I'll do a song called "Conscience," "Friend Who Lies." You decorate your house, you hope it makes a difference. The outside matters on the inside. You fake another smile for anyone who's watching. The outside matters on the inside. Well, don't say a word. Prayers aren't always heard. You should have made a call. It would have made a difference. I kinda thought you knew. You broken China doll, you creature of indifference. Why do I still need you? And every night you climbed in bed, you cried and said God was dead. It's not what you meant, it's what you did. Every time a joke would make you laugh, your conscience said you should cry. Everything will be just fine.
say a word. But prayers aren't always heard. I heard the West was one with alcohol and guns. Don't you see how that relates? And when you're standing at the gates, and my heart stutters and breaks, see if you can sneak me inside. And every night you climbed in bed, you cried and said God was dead. It's not what you meant, it's what you did. And every time a joke would make you laugh, your conscience said you shouldn't cry. What's a conscience anyway? But a friend who China doll, you creature of indifference. Why do I still need you?
Who are some of the guys you played with up in Alaska?
Oh man, you know, most of the time we played. They do sort of a different thing up there. Just these bar shows, these 4-hour sets where you play on your own. And so we did some shows with Matt Hopper and the Matt Lewis Band and Jared Woods, Lazy Lester.
Well, good old Lazy.
A blues legend he's from Michigan. If actually, I didn't know who he was. I just ran into him in the bathroom in the bar we were playing. He was playing the next night, and he was really drunk. You couldn't understand what he was saying. And he talked. He had this really thick Southern accent. He's from Mississippi. And I didn't know who he was, and he walked out. And then as I was about to walk out, they had a poster for him, advertising for his show the next night. And but he was really big in the 50s and 60s and 70s, and the Kinks covered one of his songs, and it was like a top 40 hit. Kinks, it's kind of a big deal. But it was funny because at first we thought it was really cool because we're meeting this like legendary blues guy, and then he just kept talking to us the whole night, and we just say all this stuff that you couldn't understand what he's saying, and then we had to give him a ride back to his hotel room. By the end of the night, we're just trying to get rid of him.
He's like
lazy. Get out of here, Lester. He'd be talking, he's like poke his head in, and even in between songs, he's out in the audience, he'd be like clapping his hands, trying to get everyone to just pay attention to him, and then he'd just tell a story. He'd wait for the whole bar to get quiet, and then he'd like tell a story.
So next week, Provo podcast number 6, we're gonna have Lazy Lester.
Oh man,
tune in.
Yeah, but he got up and played a few songs. He was awesome.
Celebrating his 87th birthday.
Yeah,
87.
Honestly. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Conference center.
Provo podcast is going to be
live on location.
Is going to be broadcasting via the church satellite system.
Oh, no.
99 countries.
This Saturday
translation
hats all across the globe.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. What about yourself? Let's see. How old are you when you started playing guitar?
Oh man. Well, I actually started as a bass player. I played through high school. I played in jazz groups, played bass guitar, and jazz was kind of my love as I was really getting into music. But then I started, and I kind of knew like the basic chords on guitar. But when I was 18, when I really started, getting into Bob Dylan and songwriting. Bob Dylan was the one that made me want to write songs, and that was sort of where that really began.
Nice.
Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift. the barefoot king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, and her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. And she tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throat and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor, and I used to live alone before I knew you. But I've seen your flag on the marble arch. And love is not a victory march, it's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, there was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never share that with me, do ya? But remember when I moved in you, and the holy dove, it was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry that you hear at night, it's not somebody who's seen the light, it's a chord and it's a broken hallelujah,
BC-05.